Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So today we are starting the first class of economics, right? So which is the introduction. Now, before starting this subject, right? Before starting this topic, let me ask you one thing. What do you think? This subject, which is economics, right? Is it a science, right? Is it study of science or is it study of philosophy? Because when we talk about a subject, right, either it is based on facts or it is based on opinions, right? Okay, because when you talk about math, science, physics, chemistries, they are based on facts, right? So it is based on facts. But when we talk about economics, what do you think? Is it based on facts or is it a science? Tell me. Is it a study of, okay? So some of you are saying that finances, okay? We won't be studying any bookish definition, okay? We just try to understand what is the meaning, what is the, like, this meaning behind this term, meaning behind this subject, which is economics. So if I tell you that it is the best of both, right? Economics is basically economic. I can say that it is basically the study of both science and philosophy. Okay, both science and philosophy. So it might sound very bizarre, right? It might sound very bizarre. So what you are saying, how can it be the study of both science and philosophy, right? Right? It is bizarre. Okay. Now just let me know, yeah, just let me ask you this. Just let me ask you this. A simple problem. Okay, right? I will just ask you a simple problem. What we study? Why economics is needed? Think about it. Why it is needed? Why do we need economics? Okay. Okay. So most of this saying share markets and all. Now, before understanding this, let's try to understand uh, more basic, yeah, sorry, more basic term, which is what is mean by scarcity. Tell me, what is the meaning of scarcity? What is the meaning of scarcity? Tell me. Lack of something, okay? So someone is saying that lack of something. Anyone else? Anyone? Think about it, guys. No, you don't have to take. Now, suppose I give you 100 rupees. Suppose I give you 100 rupees and I ask you to go and buy chocolates. To go and buy chocolates, right? Now, if you want to buy chocolates, right, in 100 rupees, can you buy unlimited chocolates? Tell me. Tell me, can you buy unlimited chocolates? No, right? Or suppose you want to buy a dress, right? You want to buy a dress. Can you buy unlimited dress? Suppose you have lots of money. Can you buy unlimited dress? Mark my word, right? Can you buy unlimited dress? No, right? Because obviously at some point of time it will end, right? At some point of time it will end. And now just think about this. Are you the only one? Are you the only one who needs this dress? Tell me. Are you the only one who needs this dress? Yes, many can, right? So I can say that if we have a good, right? If we have anything, suppose I just say any good, right? Good means any object, right? There may be many people who wants that, right? There may be many people who wants that, right? Suppose we have person one, person two, person three, like Shravya, right? Esther or Tavishka, right? All of them wants this good, or all of them want this chocolate, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? So obviously I can say that this chocolate is a scarce good, right? This chocolate is your, uh, tell me, a scarce good, right? Because if I'm having only 10 chocolate, if I'm having only 10 chocolate, suppose, right, I'm having some amount of chocolate, right? So this chocolate is needed by all the three, right, everyone? Yeah. Yeah. So I guess all of you understood this concept. Yes, I'm audible now, right? I'm audible. Okay. So here I saw this two terms, right? Here, if I can say I have two terms, right? The first is scarcity, scarcity, right? And second is rivalry. Agree? Scarcity and rivalry. Because if I'm having one chocolate, suppose if I'm having one chocolate, right? Suppose I'm having one chocolate and we have two people. Suppose we have Tuvishka and Aditya, right? Now, can I give this one chocolate to both? Think about it. Now, can I give this one chocolate to both? No, right? No, you cannot give half half. Okay, you cannot give half half. Okay. So rivalry means there's a competition. Okay, rivalry means suppose there's a competition. Okay, right? So I can say that this chocolate, right? This chocolate cannot be given to both, right, everyone? This chocolate cannot be given to both. It is either given to Tuvishka or Aditya, right? Right, everyone? So if any good or any object or anything, right, is used by, it can be used by only one person, right? Can be used by only one person. Tell me, then is there rivalry for that person? Tell me about this. Right, everyone? So yeah, so I was explaining what's the meaning of rivalry, right? What's the meaning of rivalry? So basically, rivalry, you can say in the normal term, rivalry is like a competition. Okay, it's like a competition. Now, suppose you want a position of topper, right? Suppose you want to be on first position. Okay. Now this first position is for only one person. Think about it, right? This first position, right, will be of for only one person. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Now suppose we have three different people for that, right? Three different person who is for this first position. Suppose we have Esther, suppose we have Mansa, suppose we have Nandish, right? Okay. Now, don't you think that there will be a rivalry, right? There will be a competition between these three to get this first position? Yes or no? Right? Now, suppose if there's something which right, which is unlimited. Suppose if there's something which is unlimited and for which there's no rivalry. Okay, suppose for which there's no rivalry. Do we talk about economics? Tell me. Because when you talk about economics, it is how to, right, how to get something, how much to pay, what is the cost, right, how much we are getting at that cost. So if we think about all those things, then that is your economics, right? But suppose if you don't have to think anything, suppose if you get anything for unlimited, right, okay, you're getting something for free, right, will you talk about economics? Will you talk about, okay, how much I have to pay for this, or will you even pay for that thing? Tell me about it. Like, do you pay for air? Do you pay for air? No, right? So can I say that air is not, at least till now, air is not a scarce resources, right? It is free resources. It is free resources, right, everyone? Tell me, right? Okay. And there's no rivalry for air. There's no rivalry for air. Anyone have any issue in this? Tell me, anyone have any issue till this point? Do you understand what is the meaning of scarcity and what is the meaning of rivalry? Are you feeling the concepts? Okay. Now, why we need to study this? Why we need to study economics? So we need to study economics to, right, to study about this scarcity, right? About the scarce resources. Got it? Yes. Now just think about this. Just think about this. Do you think that petrol is a free resource or petrol is a scarce resources? Tell me. Is petrol a free resource or petrol a scarce resource? It's a scarce resource, right? Got it? That's why we need to talk about the cost of petrol, right? Okay, we need to talk about the economics behind this petrol and all those things. Got it? Okay, very good. So that's the thing, right? So I can say that economics is basically the science behind the philosophy of something, or it is the combination of both science and philosophy, okay, where we talk about the consumption as well as production, right? Or which is demand and supply of a scarce resources, right, everyone? Tell me, right? We talk about demand and supply. We will talk about what is demand, what is supply, okay, of a scarce resources. Okay, okay. Now, who is the founder of this economics, right? At least the modern economics that we are studying. So basically, there was an economist called or named Adam Smith. Okay, so he is the founder of economics, the current economics that we study. Okay, now as I said, when we talk about economics, okay, when we talk about economics, we talk about different terms. Yeah. So we talk about resources. So we have two kind of resources: scarce resources for which we have to pay, and free resources for which we don't have to pay. Now, what is the meaning of pay, right? What is the meaning of pay? If we talk about payment, right, is it necessary that we pay by money? Is it necessary that we pay by money or pay in form of money? Is it necessary? Payment can be of any form, right, everyone? Payment can be of any form, right? For example, suppose I'm asking this simple problem: humans, time, and labor. Is it a free resources or a scarce resources? Tell me. Like your time, your labor, right? If you're doing something, is it a free resources or is it a scarce resources? Think about it and let me know. Yes, very good, right? It's a scarce resources, right? Now, why it is a scarce resource? Just think about it, right? Just think about why you guys are paying me. Tell me why you guys are paying me. Because I'm giving my time to you guys, right? I'm teaching you guys. Yes. Okay. So that's why you guys are paying me. So there's a cost, right? There's a payment which I'm receiving for my time. Okay. Now think about your parents, right? Yes, Arav, time is money. Think about your parents. Okay. Now they also do some work, right? They also do some work. They give their time for which they are paid. Okay. So can I say that humans' time and labor is also a scarce resources? Okay, right? What about free resources? So air, soil, these are free resources. Now, there are many resources which you can argue that are they free resources or scarce resources. For example, when you talk about land, is it a free resources or a scarce resources? Tell me. Land is a free resource or is a scarce resource? Yes, it's a scarce resource now, right? Because you have to pay, okay, to get land, right? Okay, very good. So I hope all of you understood. Now, suppose if there's no scarcity of anything, do we need economics or do we need any economist? No, right? Why do we need economics? Because we have limited supply of something, right? We have limited supply of something and we have unlimited wants, right, everyone? Right? For example, suppose just think about it. Suppose I'm having only 100 chocolates, right? I'm having only 100 chocolates. Now can I give, right? And suppose you are 5 students, right? Suppose you are 5 students, can I give want as many chocolates as possible? Yes or no? Right? You love chocolate, so obviously you guys will want as many chocolates as possible. But can I give you as many chocolates as possible? No, because I'm having only 100 chocolates, right? So the supply of chocolate is limited, right? This is limited. Okay, but what about your wants? What about your wants? Is it limited? No, it's unlimited, right? It's unlimited. Right, everyone? Tell me, yes or no? Okay, it's not that if you are eating 2 chocolates, after that you won't eat chocolate at all, right? You will eat chocolate, right? You will want chocolate after 2 days or 3 days. Okay, so your wants is unlimited because right? I'm just giving one example, right, everyone? Now think about this. So obviously if we talk about economics, what is economics? Economics is a kind of science, or it's a basically a subject which will teach me, right, which will teach you guys how to allocate, how to distribute these 100 chocolates among those 5 students. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Right? So basically it is a subject, it's a, right? Got it? Yes? Okay. Okay, everyone, very good. Now how do we do this? Because when you talk about uh, any case, right, when you talk about any scenario, it's a philosophical scenario. For example, just think about it. Suppose we talk about Bangalore, right? We talk about Bangalore. Okay, we talk about Bangalore. Now Bangalore, we know that Bangalore we have water and scarcity. Everyone know this. Water is scarce resources in Bangalore, right? Yes. Now you have to pay, right? You have to pay. Suppose there's no water and you have to pay. You have to pay to get water. Okay, suppose, right? Suppose. Now think about this. Think about this. Is it a good thing? Suppose there's no regulation. Suppose government does not intervene. Okay, government does not intervene. Government don't do anything, right? Okay, there's a companies or there's organization which sells water, right? Now do you think, is it a good thing? Is it a good thing for a society, right, to pay for water as much as they use? Think about it, yes or no? Now that's the thing, right? That's the thing. Okay, that is the thing. Now, when you talk about economist, when you talk about economics, you can have both answer. You can have either yes or no, depending on the scenario. For example, right? I will give you two scenarios. Now, if you have to pay for water, so obviously rich people can use more water, right? Rich people can use more water, right? Agree? I'm saying that we have limited supply of water, okay? And poor people, right, won't have enough water, won't have enough water. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Think about it, right? Rich people can use water to wash their cars or to water their garden, right? But poor people won't even have the water to drink, right? Got it? So that's a case one. If government is not doing anything, if you can buy as much as water as you can, right? Okay. Now, do you think this is a philosophy, right? People might argue that this should not happen, right? This is an opinion, right? That this should not have happened, right? We should have. Yeah, sorry guys, I was disconnected. Okay, yeah. So I can say that one can argue, okay, one can say, right, that this should not have happened, right? All people should get water equally. There should be free water, right, everyone? There should be free water, okay? Government should provide free water to everyone. So that's statement one. That's statement one, right? Government should provide free water to everyone. But some people might say, why should free water, right? Why they should provide free water? Okay, because water is scarce. Water is scarce, right? It is limited. Okay, right? So if we provide free, some people who might not need that much, okay, right, will not use it. For example, suppose in a building, okay, in a building, government decided that okay, every family will get, suppose, 20 liter. Every flat will give 20 liter per day. Okay, suppose I'm just giving you an example, right, everyone? Now suppose in this building I'm having one flat, right, in which only one person lives, one bachelor, right? Okay, one software engineer lives, right, who just eat, sleep, and work. Okay, eat, sleep, and work, right? And now in second, there's a family of 6 people. Tell me, there's a family of 6 people, right? So they take bath daily, right? And have lots of other jobs also, like cooking for 6 people and all those things, washing clothes and all. Now, do you think that is it fair for these people? Is it fair? Because these people will say, okay, we will pay more, right? Give me more water, right? We will pay more. We need more water, right? Okay. And there's one person only, he needs less water, right? Now that's a software engineer. I'm just giving a metaphor. Okay, I'm just giving a metaphor that that's a guy. There's a guy who just, obviously he can bath and cook, right? But it's just one person, right? So he baths like once in a week and all those kind of things. Like he uses less water. I'm just giving a funny antidote. Okay. So are you getting my point? So both the statements may be right for someone, may be wrong for someone. Okay, got it, everyone? Both the statement may be wrong for someone, may be right for someone, right? That's why I said it is both, right? It is both like philosophy as well as science. Okay, because That is the statement. That is the statement. Okay. So statement which is based on opinion will be a philosophy, right? But the statements which is based on the facts, right? Which will be like science. Okay, everyone, got it? Tell me. Yes, till this point, everyone is getting till this point. Okay, very good, everyone. Okay, now suppose we want something. Okay, we want anything. So obviously we need to produce it. Yes or no? We need to produce it. Suppose you want ice cream or food, you need to produce it. Yes, it cannot just grow out of thin air, right? You have to produce it. Okay, so if I ask you, what do you think? What are the factors that is required to produce something, right? Okay, tell me, what are the factors that is required to produce something? Tell me about it. So can I say that whatever is required can be, please mute yourself, right? Can be categorized in these four factors, right? In these four factors. Okay, now this is just a term. Okay, it's not the literal meaning. For example, land, when you talk about land, it's just the meaning that any natural resources is required, right? Land means land, right? Crops grown on that, right? Or you talk about iron ore present from there, or any mineral or anything which is coming out of that land, right? Is your land, right? You need that, or you want to set up a factory, so you need a land. Okay, so land means natural resources here. Okay, so you need that, yes or no? You need that. Suppose you want to set up a factory. Suppose you want to set up a factory. What do you need? You need natural resources. You want to have a land, then you have want some materials, raw materials. Just take example of steel factory, right? JSW. So we have land, right? We have a setup, right? And we have the raw materials. Everything is coming from land. Now second thing is what? Second thing is what? Labor, right? We need people to work. Okay, we need people to work, right? Now suppose if we have land, if we have raw materials, will it give me a final product? Will it give me a steel plate or a steel door, right? Or any chocolate that we need? Will it give us? No, right? We need some people to work on that, right? The second factor is your, yes, labor. Second factor is labor. What about third factor? Now suppose third factor is capital. Okay, suppose we have raw material, we have people, but can they make anything without proper machinery? Tell me, without proper machinery or without salary? Can I teach you guys? Just think about it. Can I teach you guys without laptop, without internet, or without having any classroom? Like in offline class, obviously no. So for me as a teacher, right, I can say that classroom, uh, this laptop, phone, internet is your capital. Yes or no? Because I'm using this something to produce knowledge, right? To teach you guys. Yes or no? Everyone getting this? So capital does not always mean money. Capital means anything which can be used to produce something. Okay, right, everyone? Right? And now, what is the next? What is the last factor? Right? I hope that all of you have heard this word entrepreneurship. Right? Now, do you think that company is run by just workers? Or is there someone who run this? Or is there someone who manage everything? There's always someone who manage all the things, right? Who manage all the resources, right? Okay, who manage your natural resources, who manage your workforce, who manage your capital, right? And make things work, right? And give something, right, which have some value. Now, that is your consumer. I'm not talking about consumer. I'm just talking about production. Okay, I'm just talking about production. Okay, Shavya? This is the factor of production now, right? Okay, we're just talking about production here. So I can say that to produce any scarce, right, to produce any object, to produce any good, right, to produce any good, we should have this four factor of production. Okay, everyone? Okay. Now next thing is the terms of demand and supply. I hope everyone know what is demand, what is supply, right? We have just given an example of 100 chocolates. Now, if I'm saying that 100 chocolate, so 100 chocolate, right, is my demand or supply? 100 chocolate was demand or supply? Supply now, because I'm providing you 100 chocolates, right? Okay. Demand is unlimited, right? Demand is unlimited. You want more chocolates. Okay. So if I just try to break down this terms, demand and supply. What is demand? Demand is the amount, right? Basically, demand is the economic principle, or it's a demand, basically the amount, right, which is consumers desire. How much any consumer means we people who want something, right? For example, when we talk about this classes, right, you guys are consumer, yes or no? You guys are consumer, right? Because you want extra classes, you want classes. Okay, now suppose you want 2 hour of class, suppose you want 2 hour of class, so this is demand or supply? Think about it, this is demand or supply? Demand, right? But if I can only provide 1 hour, if I can only provide 1 hour, then this is supply. Got it, everyone? Means you need more than what is, you need more than what is available. You need more than what is available, right, everyone? Yes or no? Okay, right? Now suppose just think about this. Suppose we take an example. Suppose we take example of one cheese. Suppose we take example of cheese, right? Suppose take example of cheese. Now suppose everyone like cheese. Suppose everyone like cheese, and the cost of 100 or 200 gram of cheese, right, is 100 rupees. 100 rupees. Okay, and demand is at your home is of suppose 1 kg per week. 1 kg per week, right, everyone? 1 kg per week, this is your demand, right? But suppose there's a scarcity of cheese. Suppose there's scarcity of cheese, right? There's something happened with cattle, right? Milk production is less, and now the shop can provide you only 500 gram of cheese. 500 gram of cheese. Then what do you think? What will happen? Yes, Shravya, it is possible, right? We're just talking about what can be possible. It is possible. Everything is possible. Now, what do you think? What will happen? Is demand more than supply or demand less than supply? Is demand more than supply or demand is less than supply? Demand is more than supply. Now, what do you think? What do you think? What will be the effect on cheese? The cost of cheese. What do you think? The cost of cheese will remain same or it will go up? It will be higher, right? It will be higher. Now suppose this 100 rupees, right, instead of, because shopkeeper knows that you want 1 kg and he's having only 500 gram, right? So he will increase the price, yes or no? Now he will say, okay, see, I'm having only 500 grams, I will sell you at 150 rupees for 200 grams, right? Okay, right? Now what will happen? Think about it. Now what will happen? Do you think that will you buy only, will you buy 1 kg now, or will you buy something less? Think about it, right? That's why it is both philosophy as well as science, right? Because just think about it, just think about the psychology, right? If something is expensive, do you buy it more or do you buy it less? What does psychology says? Less, right? Yes, very good. So if you, because you have a fixed amount of money, right? You have fixed amount of money, right? And even if you have more money, but psychologically you have this notion that this amount of cheese, 200 gram of cheese should be sold at 100 rupees, right? If it is being sold at 150 rupees, I'll buy less. I'll buy 700 grams, right, everyone? I'll buy 700 grams. Yes or no? Got it? Okay. Now, suppose instead of 500 grams, now shopkeeper have 1.5 kg. Shopkeeper have 1.5 kg, right? And you only need 1 kg. Then what will happen? Think about it. Then what will happen? Now, demand is more than supply or demand is less than supply? Less, right? Demand is less than supply. But shopkeeper, right? He's having extra cheese. What he will do? Right? Shopkeeper has to sell the cheese, right? So what he will do? Yes, very good. He will give discount, right? He will give discount. Okay, he will say, okay, boss, now I'm having 1.5 kg. So instead of 100 rupees, I'll give you at 80 rupees, right? I'll give you at 80 rupees. Now, what you will do? Tell me what you will do. Will you buy 1 kg or will you buy more than 1 kg? Right? Yes. So we will buy more. So we might buy 1.2 kg. 1.2 kg. Got it? Right? Right? Okay? Are you getting? Okay? So you observe this one. You observe something, right? You observe something. Now let's see, right? Let's see this. So I can say that, I can say that, okay. Now suppose this is your quantity, right? Okay, suppose this is quantity and this is price. Okay. Now if the price of something is less, if the price of something is less, right? Okay, the quantity bought will be more or less? Tell me. Think about it, right? It will be more or less? More, right? So can I say that this line represents what? Line represents demand, right? Okay, because demand increases as the price decreases. Yes or no? Yes? Agree? Anyone have any issues in this? So this demand is for whom? Consumer, right? The people who are buying it. Okay? Okay, very good. Right? So I hope all of you understood what is demand and supply. Everyone understood what is demand and supply? Now, this is just the term, right? This is just a term, right? It is not necessary that it has to be goods. It can be anything. It can be time, right? Okay, for example, I gave you this example. Okay, suppose I'm having only 1 hour. Suppose I'm having only 1 hour. Okay, right? I'm having only 1 hour. Okay, now I know that in 1 hour, and there are like 20 students. Okay, there are 20 students, right? Now suppose I know that in 1 hour I can earn like 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees. Okay. And I can teach only 5 students. I can teach only 5 students. Okay. And all the 20 students need 2 hours per day, suppose, right? Okay. What will happen? Tell me, what will happen? What do you think? What will happen? Yes, demand is more than supply, right? So there will be some people who are willing to pay 1.5 thousand also, right, everyone? Yes or no? There will be some people who are willing to pay 1.5 thousand also per hour. Yes or no? Right? Okay. But suppose there's only three students, right? Then what will happen, right? Then I might teach at 800 rupees. Okay. Right? Now, again, this is just one speculation. Okay, the things are complex. This is just one scenario, one speculation, because everything is linked. Okay, everything is linked. Okay, everyone. So I hope you got the idea of demand and supply. My idea was to let you know what's the meaning of demand and supply. Okay, very good, everyone. Right now, next. Okay, now next is, as I said, science and philosophy. Now think about it. Suppose we talk about physics, right? We talk about physics. Okay, let's talk about physics. Okay. Now we know that I'm having an observation. Observation. What is observation? Suppose I'm having a box, right? And someone is pushing it. Someone is pushing it, right? Someone is pushing it. Okay. So this is your observation, right, everyone? Tell me yes or no. Yes or no. Now, being a science student, you modeled this observation, right? You make equation out of this. The equation is F is equal to ma. Okay, right? So this is your model. This is your model, right? Physical model or scientific model of this observation. Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Think about it. Ragini, I said that when you talk about any physical phenomena, right? When you talk about this case in which one person is pushing this object, right? Pushing this object of mass m. Okay, so this is observation. This is observation done by someone. Now, if you want to make a model out of this, you make a mathematical equation, right? Mathematical model or a graph, something like that, right? So you can write this equation, F is equal to ma, right? Because force is equal to mass into acceleration of this object, right? This is the mathematical model for this observation. Yes or no? Right? Tell me yes or no. Now, just think about it. Just think about it. Suppose if we can make, right, same kind of thing. Suppose we have a scenario, right? We have a scenario where we have anything, any good, right? Any good. Okay. Now the good is suppose petrol, right? Petrol. Now we have many people involved in that. We have the oil refinery, right? Okay. And in between we have supplier, then like petrol pumps. There may be many, but I'm just taking 3-4 examples, right? 3-4 stakeholders, petrol pump, and then we have us consumers. Okay, right, everyone? Now, do you think that this whole process, right? Okay, is systematic process, right? Now, for example, just think about it. Just think about this. All of you eat Maggie? Yes or no? All of you eat Maggie, right? I'm just giving example. Okay. Now, suppose company doesn't know how much Maggie people consume. Company does not know how much Maggie people consume, right? Okay, right? Can he produce enough Maggie then? Can the company produce enough Maggie if he does not know how much amount of Maggie is required? Tell me, yes or no? Yes or no? Guys, can you hear me? Everyone? I'm not getting any response. Anyone? Can you hear me? Okay, very good. So I can say that supply and demand affect the price, yes or no, right? Supply and demand affect the price, okay? Yes or no? So we should have some relationship between supply, demand, and price. Okay. For example, suppose one packet of Maggie, okay, is being sold at 200 rupees. Will you buy it? Tell me, will you buy it? Yes or no? No, right? Who will buy one packet of Maggie for 200 rupees, right? Yes, no one will buy. Then, yes, obviously your mom will kick you, right? Then what will happen to demand? Tell me, what will happen to demand? What will happen to demand? It will fall down. It will fall down, right? Got it? Right, everyone? Agree? So I can say that there must be equilibrium. There must be a sync between demand, supply, and the price. Okay, right? Because what is the demand? Demand is the amount that we need at a given price. Okay, at a given price. I cannot say that, okay, I need one packet of Maggie, doesn't matter whatever the price. If price is high, I don't need that, right? The demand will fall. Yes or no? Tell me. The same thing happens with anything. Okay, if the price will rise, the demand will fall, or we will think of some options, right? I will eat Yippee. I won't eat Maggie. I will eat Yippee. I will eat Nor. Okay, I will compromise. I'm having options. Okay, right? So how do a company know that, or how do anyone know that? There should be some model, right? There should be some model to know this. Yes or no? Right? There should be some model, right? And that is your science. That's why I told you that economics is both philosophy and science, because for this you need some mathematical equations, some graphs, okay? And these kind of models are called as economic models. Got it, everyone? Yes or no? Right? Now every one of you are getting what is the basic idea behind economics, how interesting it is, right? How things are getting affected by each and every decision that we make. Okay. Okay, so this is just the idea. This is just the introduction. Okay, we haven't studied anything. We just have this introduction. Okay, now, as I said, it is this economics is more about philosophy. Okay, now if I tell you, when we talk about any statement in terms of economics, we have two types of statements. Okay, think about it, right? This is just the term used in economics, right? So we have two types of statements. Okay, so statements, you know what is the meaning of statements? Right? So we have two terms of statements, two type of statements. One is called as normative statement and second is called as positive statement. Okay, normative and positive. Okay, now you should ask, what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Now, if a statement, right, is based on your opinion, based on opinion or ethics or moral, right? Okay, got it, right? Then it is your normative statement. Okay, yes or no, right? Now, if I'm saying something and it is my opinion, which cannot be proved, then it is your normative statement. I will give you example, don't worry. But are you getting? Yes, statement is like a sentence that we are speaking, right? As simple as that, right? It's not an equation or something like that. Okay. Now, what do you mean by positive statements? Okay. So these are the statements which is fact, or can be proved, or can be proved. Okay, right? Can be proved, right? So basically, it is usually asked question how or why kind of thing. Okay, it will give you the answer how and why kind of thing. Okay, so positive statement need not to be true or false. It is just that you can prove it. If it is true, it's true. If it is false, it's false. Okay, but it can be proved. Got it? Right? Now let's think about examples. Right? Let's think about example. Okay. Now, if suppose uh, your teacher says, right? Your teacher say that you should study 5 hours a day. You should study 5 hours a day, right? Now tell me, is it a normative statement or is it a positive statement? Now think about it. Now think about it. I'm saying that, okay, you should study 5 hours a day, right? So it is my opinion. Okay, it's not a fact, right? Because who knows, some of you might study 2 hours, some of you might study 3 hours, some of you might study 4 hours. Okay, right? Right? If I'm saying that you should, so think about it, it is just an opinion, right? It is based on my opinion, it is based on my ethics. Okay, right? It's not a fact, right? But if I say, right, if you study, like, you will get good score after studying well, right? Okay, after studying well. Now this is normative statement or positive statement? Tell me. This is normative statement or positive statement? Yes, very good. This is a positive statement because it can be proved. Now you can study, and if you scored well, right? You can score well, then it is true. If you don't score well, then it is false. But it can be proved, right? It can be proved. Got it, right? Or I can say that. Let's think about another example. Okay, if school decide, okay, that uh, pass all the students, right? They will do good, right? Pass all the students, they will do good in exam. Okay, pass all the students, they will do good in next exam. Now this is a positive statement or normative statement? Think about it. Is it a positive statement or normative statement? Think about it now. Yes, positive statement, right? Because school can pass everyone, right? School can pass everyone and can check that is the performance improved in next exam? Yes or no? Tell me, right? Yes or no, right? But if I change the statement, right? If I change the statement and say school should pass everyone, then it is a positive statement or normative statement? Then it becomes normative statement because it is just my opinion. It is just my opinion, right? Okay, it does not prove anything. Okay, everyone, tell me yes or no. So what we have studied till now, what we have understood till now, we studied what is the basic meaning of economics, right? So what is economics? Economics is basically the study of scarce resources, right? Scarce resources, allotment of scarce resources, how we choose to distribute these resources in the society, right? Yes or no? Tell me yes or no. Right? Yes. So after this, we studied what is the meaning of scarcity, what is economic resources, what are the type of economic resources, right? What are the factors of production? Okay. Then why rivalry is important for economics, right? What is the meaning of normative statement, positive statement? What is supply? What is demand? Okay. Right, everyone? Okay. Now tell me, do you find it interesting? All of you understood each and everything? Is it difficult? Okay, very good, everyone. Very good. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you, everyone. That's it for today's class, right? That's it for today's class. So there's no exam, no test. Okay. I personally believe that every science student should study economics at some extent. Okay. It is very interesting. Very means very interesting. Okay. Okay. Bye, everyone. Take
Bye,
care. Bye.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
sir.
sir.